Hi, you guys. Welcome back to all new episode of Black Girl Can't Cook. Today, I am joined with a blogger and entrepreneur and a beautiful mother, Jasmine Holbrook.
Hey.
Hi, Jasmine. Happy Sunday. We are joined on a lovely Sunday afternoon. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing all right. It's a nice day. It's Michigan, so I'm just glad there's no snow. So as long as it's not snow, we're good. Um, it's a nice day. It's not raining. I'm good. It's
I hear
trying
that.
just to enjoy the rest of the day.
Amazing. How's your summer been? What have you been cooking? What's happening?
Summer's been good. It's been busy. I know I haven't really cooked a lot this week. It's been a crazy week. Although yesterday I did end up doing a big spread of mac and cheese for the family for a thing yesterday. So that's the most I've cooked all week, but it was demolished apparently. So I did okay.
I saw that on your stories, listeners. Wait, two big crates. I'm like, oh, she's up there cooking. Two big crates. And oh, I know when the family gets together and the different foods you bring, and it's just such a great time. And you said they devoured it. So it must have been great mac and cheese, sis.
Hey, somebody's my aunt's mom, who's 88 years old, called me all the way across the backyard just to say this mac and cheese tastes like mine. I'm like, okay,
That's all you
that's
my
it.
my job is done.
Exactly.
That is great. That is great. So wait, Jasmine, please tell my listeners, where did we meet? Well, we met on the World Wide Web, Instagram, but tell us about your page and your food page, the 8010, the 108 foodie. Tell us
Yeah,
about that.
810 foodie. I started this page because honestly, at one point there was just so much going on in the world, and on my regular page, it was so filled with everything.
Every
We don't even need to recap the last year. It
no.
was just too much. So I started this page like, okay, so we're spending a lot of time in the kitchen, spending a lot of time with food. We're going to just funnel all of my energy over here
Yeah.
and just kind of disregard the rest of the world in this little part of my universe. So that is what this page is. And honestly, I am enjoying it. It's definitely pushed me to kind of branch out of my comfort zone food wise. So that's always good. Yeah, and I'm meeting super interesting people
Right.
on both sides of the
On both
coin.
I'm dead, listeners. You didn't see her face, but no, like, yeah, on both sides of the spectrum. Absolutely. Wait, Jasmine, that's so amazing. And I can totally relate to you because I started cooking because it was the pandemic, panorama. And you're right. Like on my normal feed, it was just a bunch of news and bullshit and sadness and just totally shifting, doing just an account for cooking because yeah, half my days now are in the kitchen. It was
Mm-hmm.
such a good break for my mind and mental health as Black women. Like
Oh,
I don't need to be
yes.
engraved in that shit. Like, let me bake a cake for 3 hours and find so much
Mm-hmm.
joy and like
Mm-hmm.
fun. And then, oh, put a picture and blog about it. Like, that is
Yep.
what the internet is for. And two, I think the last year we've seen so many Black women come into the food cooking space. So, what a
Yeah.
great time for you, for both of us. But I can definitely relate. It's such a great page to like do. And what you said too, you were able to step out of your comfort zone, which what I mean, that's an impressive thing to do in general, but sis,
Yeah.
during a pandemic and you're a mother, that really takes courage. And isn't it kind of fun how you then kind of get the courage to believe in yourself more when you step on that faith and do what you want to do?
Man, there are days where I make food and I'm only making food because it's like the only thing that I can really gather my energy to do. I have such bad anxiety sometimes and my brain just does not want to function. I go into the kitchen and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna throw this together. And then I look at it when I'm done. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
I post a picture of it and then I get people, oh my gosh, this is so good. I'm like, okay. It's kind of like this little boost
Yeah.
that I did not even know that I wanted or needed, but it's like getting this encouragement to just be like, just that boost is everything, you
Is
know?
everything. Yeah.
It's
And it like gives you
absolutely
the
everything.
confidence to believe in your creation. Oh, even though you're feeling down, whatever, you just whip something together. It's such a great, it's so gratifying and uplifting to your spirit.
It really is.
And that means something. Wait, so Jasmine, where are you from and where were you born?
I am born and raised in Flint, Michigan.
Hey,
Still there. So far, raising my family here. Everything is good. Everything is good, despite what media wants to tell you. There's a lot of bad stuff out there. Don't
Oh,
listen to it. Flint is
Flint's
everything. It's
good.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so many wonderful people, so many great things. Downtown Flint is like the ultimate hub. If you ever come, you should definitely check it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I'm from, and for now, that's where I'll be.
Amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. And wait, how many kids do you have?
I have three.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so go through which what?
All right. So my oldest is DJ. He is 8 going on 9, going to the 4th grade. He thinks he's too cool for everything. And then I have Joshua Jr. He is 4, and I have Miss Dana. She is 2 going on 23. So
I feel that.
so I've got my hands full here.
Incredible, incredible. And what did you learn most about yourself raising children during last year, during the pandemic? And, I've had so many friends that have had their babies and come through, but I even telling my mom, like, Mommy, can you imagine if I was home in high school or in junior high or a baby, like going through school during the world shut down? It like it's so terrifying. But what did you learn about yourself and what did you take away from that experience with your children?
I would say that it was honestly a situation where I was forced to learn patience with myself, with my kids, with my marriage, with all of
Mm.
it. Just all of it was
Oh,
just
yeah.
this giant year of, okay, Jasmine, you said you wanted some patience. You're gonna work for it this year. So that's what the past year has been. It's like that's the biggest thing that I've taken away from it. Because my son, he got pulled out of school at the end of the school year, and I got pulled out of work, and we're sitting at the
Crazy.
kitchen table. He's doing math homework, I'm working right across from him, and girl, it was crazy.
What? Crazy. And to think so many people's lives were uplifted, uprooted, and two for children and parents
Mm-hmm.
and oh my, and Jasmine, thank you for girl, that's gonna hit so many listeners. Patience. But that's something I'm still working on today. But
Mm-hmm. Every day.
just patience, like one first and foremost with yourself, like
Mm-hmm.
taking time just to be like, all right, I was a 10 yesterday, but today I'm feeling a 4 and I'm going through it mentally. Just having patience with yourself. And then that just totally extends to your kids, your husband, your job. But yeah, you can't even imagine last year and the trauma upspring shit that it was. I can't, and I didn't even have children.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot. Sometimes people like to ask, so how are you doing? And all I can say is last year was a lot. I'm thankful. I'm thankful.
Thankful.
I'm alive. My children are healthy. My husband is healthy. I am
Amen.
healthy. We not gonna lie. My husband, his side of the family, they took a lot of COVID losses in a way. So
I'm so sorry. Yeah, to
I'm
hear
just
that.
grateful for every person that is close to me who still
Yeah.
is just here. So
Here. Oh my God. Yeah, absolutely. And I think too, we were talking before this, and you're like, how are you? And I was like, I was okay. But like New York, I think so much about like the loss and like people are not going to recover from such a devastating loss. Even like down in Midtown, they had to close this beautiful construction, listeners, the Hudson Yards, because people were like plummeting to their death. Like suicide rate has spiked and like people are just in so much pain and loss of last year. So
yeah.
I think too, just every day trying to walk in gratitude, be grateful. And it really does change. It changes when you see that like in a family member and someone close to you. Like it just the perspective. So I can feel that when you say that, just gratitude and trying to have a hopeful, happy life.
Yeah. At this point, that's another thing that's just been enhanced over the last year. It's just the need for patience and gratitude, just the ability just to still be here, because there's a lot of people who are not.
I, they're just not here and they simply just didn't get it, especially to Breonna Taylor. I
Right.
mean, and that whole atrocity and that just fucked upness, still no justice. Fuck the police. Yes, I said it. It's a lot. So yeah, and to listeners, as Black women, I really hope that you can find space. I think this summer it's go 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 kind, and so much is happening, but really trying to find space. And like, I'm even trying to allow myself like rest, like, bitch, sit your ass down, don't even get on the
Mm-hmm.
phone, just rest and breathe, because so many of us are not even fucking afforded to make it to 25 or to 26
Right.
or even 20. So just leaving last year and having my life and my sanity, just really being in gratitude, especially as a Black American.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, Flint sounds beautiful. Okay, so if I'm downtown, what am I eating? Where are your go-to spots?
Downtown Flint, I'm going to say check out the farmers market on a Tuesday or a Thursday, a Saturday.
Yes.
If you are looking for just about anything, you can find it there. If you're trying to cook something, they got you. If you're feeling lazy and you just want to pick something up, they got you too.
Oh,
So it's like if you
good.
want, there's a baked potato spot. They do these amazing fully loaded baked potatoes, all carbs, but
Oh,
just take it all in because it's just
so
but
underrated. Baked potato, a loaded baked potato is so underrated. I feel like so underrated. Wait,
mm-hmm,
that sounds amazing. And two, like I like know more of like the Indiana kind of borderline, but Michigan and that it seems very like homey and very like heartful and family love. And two, I know a lot of Black people in Michigan. Big Sean, he's from Detroit.
mm-hmm,
So
yep.
I'm down with it. And I was following you. I love following you on Instagram. Listeners, I'll tag her stuff at the bottom. But you were on doing a video and you were like, oh, I want to own a restaurant one day. And was that downtown in Michigan? We're big on manifestation on the podcast. So tell us a little. What are you thinking? Was that
So
downtown?
that is not downtown Flint. That is, I like to kind of just explore different parts of Michigan because I love my city, but I acknowledge that I've spent a lot of time in it. So I need to like branch out and just see other spaces. And I have fallen in love with this business strip that is in Troy, Michigan. And there are so many spaces there. And every time we go down that strip to go to the mall, it's Somerset Mall. Almost everybody goes there.
Mm.
Every time we go down this strip, I'm looking at these different spaces like, oh, I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get one.
And it's like a whisper. It's like
Every time. And it's like, I'm just imagining, okay, it does not have a name. There is no menu, but one of these
right
is
there.
mine. One of these belongs to me.
I love it. I love it. And two, I feel like the economy is such an interesting, fucked up place. Like I'm not, I think, what was it? The gold big crash 2008, the when the
Mm-hmm. The market
housing
crash.
market and Wall Street bros, they fucked us all. I think I was probably more scared then because I was like young mindset, but like now being like mid 20, almost 30, like I feel more energized. Like we're going into space, especially as Black women in entrepreneurship and stuff like doors aren't open, but like we have the power just to like fucking kick the door down and like destroy
Mm-hmm.
it and build another one. So
Mm-hmm.
it's so like I feel you. I'll be like walking down a very popular street in my neighborhood, Ditmars, and all these empty shops. COVID hit New York awful. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do that one day. Or and these ideas just come. And it's so good to
Mm-hmm.
have that self-belief and that little just seed planted because that's really all you need to like believe in yourself and to watch your dreams come true.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's never been a better time to be a Black woman in America. And there's so many grants,
Yes.
there's so many businesses, there's so many things, equity, but we just have to be willing to step out and go for it. And I'm so happy to have met you. And you're like
Ah.
you're a good foodie.
Thank you.
So, Jazz, this podcast is on body image, cooking, and self love. And I just want to start off today where you're a mother. What is your relationship like with your body? And for me and some of my younger listeners, what was that journey like? Because I have a lot of my friends are newborn moms and they're like telling me their birthing story, but they're very much under wraps. They're still like processing it and still through like postpartum. But you have such insight. And what is that relationship like with your body? And what was that like to go through? Because it's
It
such a beautiful
was,
thing. And listeners, first
it
things first,
is.
Black pregnant women, worship them, kiss their feet, praise. They are just them. I see one and I like, oh, I want to like ravish in them because as you know, we are the life force of planet
Mm-hmm.
motherfucking Earth. But
My relationship with my body at this point, it's constantly changing, if I can be honest.
mhm.
Um, at this point, I'm really just now starting to just get to a point where I look in the mirror and I'm just like, okay, this is how I look today. I look good.
Mhm.
And I'm not gonna pick it apart. I'm not gonna say I don't like this, I don't like that. I'm gonna say, okay, she's cute. Just accept me for who I am, because sometimes I have to remind myself that, yeah, my body did push out 3 babies. Okay. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. I gave life. Okay. So I would say that it's a developing one, but for the first time since actually giving birth, it's developing in a positive way, because giving birth definitely gives you an appreciation for your body that just wasn't there.
Of course. Oh, like, yeah, right.
It just wasn't there, especially when you know people who can't. It's just like, okay,
Yeah.
let me be thankful for what my body has done, what it can do, what it's already done.
Oh my God.
Like,
Yes.
who am I to pick my body apart because the world says that I need to be a size 6 or whatever?
Mhm.
If I want to be thick, I can be thick. If I want to shave my head, which I do on a regular basis, that's what I'm gonna do. It's my body and it's beautiful. That's just
Period.
that's what I choose to see.
Ah, fucking drop it. Yes. Yes, Jazz. And two, it's like, yeah, because women and shame in society, your body has the power to create that. Where so much is not talked about the women who suffer miscarriages or can't have their children. Some
Mm-hmm.
women, they just all they want to fucking do. It's really hard to believe, but these women exist. They just want to be mothers. That's all they want. And like
Mm-hmm.
their bodies like physically cannot or medically for whatever reason. And just to have that deep appreciation and sense is so valuable. And I love that what you start, you're in acceptance. Like, okay, this is how my body looks. And she good. Oh, we good. And
Mm-hmm.
just reminding yourself, like, oh, what the fuck were the last 10 years? Oh, yeah, we just did all this great, incredible things. And you
Mm-hmm.
want 20 more years of like that and gratitude and blessing. So just taking that, I think acceptance is so, you can, that's like ground zero, just acceptance.
Definitely.
Nothing like that.
Nothing at all. If you can learn to accept your body as it is in this moment, even when no, it might not necessarily be exactly what you think you want it to be. If
Mm.
you can accept it right now as it is, then it makes it that much easier to work to wherever it is you want to be, because you're loving yourself the whole time.
Oh my God, the whole time. And it's so funny, like that energy that you get with yourself, it becomes like a tighter, stronger love. That way, like
Mm-hmm.
no fucking other outside media sources, your friends, some fucking perv on the street, like no one can tell you anything. Cause it's like
Right.
you're like, oh no, but I fucking know who I am. And I know what my body has done for me. So it's like
Yeah.
it's a good little check.
And it's like yesterday, speaking of that, I actually had somebody yesterday come up to me and say, "Oh, girl, I'm gonna put you on a diet with me." And I'm not gonna lie, that got in my head. I'm like,
Of course,
no, you have not seen me in over a
I
year, and
eat.
this is what I get?
Girl.
Not thank you for being alive. Like, are you good? Is your family okay?
Yes.
No, I'm going to, we need to be on a diet. I'm like, no. I had to go home and like look at myself in the mirror, like, diet
Where?
where?
Okay. And now, see, this is why I'm screaming because not only is the audacity, yes, is at an all time high, but like, again, like that's how I don't blame. Again, it's just love and compassion for people. Like, we're not our thoughts, but like, yeah, how is that like the first thing you say to someone you haven't seen in a year? It's been a global fucking pandemic. Like, it's so mind boggling, right? And so I like to pause, but wait, I love that you addressed that. Like, it can't not affect you. Words, we can choose to give words power, but like words
Mm-hmm.
do. So I love that you were able to be honest with yourself and like, yeah, like what the fuck? But then like take that pause and go home and check in with yourself, like, diet where? And then two, that's where, at least for me, the compassion comes in. I'm like, why is this person not about like, how are my children? How's my family? But you're going to like first my weight. So I'll just like pray on whatever they're going through. Cause
Mm-hmm.
obviously they're so disconnected. For the first thing you're going to say is like, oh, put down the chicken or to comment on us. That's so out of touch and out of reach and so fucked up. So the only thing I really can do is just compassion and pray. Cause it's like, where the fuck is your head?
Yeah, that, and I've had to learn that you can't take everything that everybody says to heart. You just can't. It doesn't matter. So, because even the person who loves you the most could say something to you that's just wrong.
So
That's
wrong.
just wrong. And at the end of the day, people are going to give you their thoughts, their perspective from their perspective, not knowing your perspective. And you just have to see it as that. Like, okay, well, thank you for your input. I'm going to let that go that
That
way. And
way.
I'm going to keep walking on my path. But thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
This and like and just like a little, I love how you just totally separate yourself from that fucking equation. Like, I'm gonna stay aboard here. Totally, because yeah, like it's so funny. I think I learned through the pandemic too. Wow, people project like a motherfucker. Even a best friend. I was like, wow. And it can be so like subconsciously or unconsciously. Either
Really.
way, it's really like, thank you for the word, but because it's like makes no damn sense. And then
Exactly.
I really asked myself, I'm like, well, where's everyone's self-awareness at? Because at least for me, during the last 14 months, I was able to get quiet, to get still, and to like figure out some things
Mm-hmm.
and some demons. But obviously some people haven't. So just still realizing, okay, not everyone's as self-aware as I might think I am or whatever. And just, hey, we're all on our own path. But it is crazy. It's so crazy that people will still comment and say stuff. Even family members.
Mm-hmm.
I love what you said. It's people that you love the most. They'll say it. And I know my Nana loves me more than life. She
Mm-hmm.
doesn't want me to do, but she could say hurtful things and make me want to cry in the closet because I ate 5 cupcakes. But I know she still loves me, and she's just an old black granny, you know? What you
Yeah. I mean, that's accurate. It's one of those things you just learn to let things bounce off. Just let it bounce
bounce it
off.
off, bounce it
Like,
off.
it's gone now.
What would you say? What kind of body image issues did you struggle with growing up in Flint, Michigan? Were you surrounded by like anything at a young age, or were you mostly comfortable and like confident?
Um, I was mostly comfortable. Um, I know I honestly I didn't pay much attention to my weight or my size or anything like that until I got to like middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Because middle school is the worst.
The
Middle
worst.
school is the worst. High school isn't the worst. Middle school is the worst.
It right? Because also I loved elementary. I was like, elementary was so fun. It was
Elementary was
middle school.
great.
Elementary was so great, right? You're so Jazz. It was middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It was like one of my earliest memories was in like the 7th grade. I had just like started to like develop a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this guy, he had the nerve just to point out, like, Jasmine, why do your boobs look like that? And I'm like,
What?
what?
You're a baby. I'm so sad. What?
I'm like, what? I went home that day and I looked in the mirror so hard at myself. And that was one of the first times that I actually just looked in the mirror. And I'm like, okay, so I do look different from other people. I mean, I'm a little bigger. I'm not like huge, but I'm a little
Yeah.
bigger. I'm a little taller. Okay. All of a sudden, here comes insecurity. So that was that's one of my earliest memories. But as I've gotten older, like going through high school, I
Mhm.
was always I've always been a bigger girl. That's just
Mhm.
how it is. That's fine with me.
Mhm.
And as I got older and I got around my group of friends, it kind of just became a normal thing for me. So I got comfortable in my little surroundings. I didn't have too many issues. I think my
Good.
biggest issues actually hit my senior year. We went looking for prom dresses.
Oh, yes.
You know how stressful prom dress shopping is
But
when
what
you don't
about
like
home?
dresses.
Oh my God, girl.
I don't like dresses. My favorite color is black, and I live in jeans and t-shirts.
T-shirts. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine that. But
Uh,
oh my
prom
goodness.
dress shopping was the worst. It was just like, okay, so all of my friends are wearing all these cute dresses. They've got all this skin out.
Mhm.
They got all the cute
Cute.
stuff. And meanwhile, everything that I see looks like it belongs to somebody's auntie going to a wedding, and it's just not cute. It's just not cute.
Not cute.
It's just not cute.
Feel so seen. Yes, you're saying prom. I'm thinking homecoming, formal, winter form, all of them. It was so.
Uh-huh.
And for me, I talked about it in the last episode. Oh my God, the dressing room. It'd just be like my mom just bringing me stuff. I'm like, just find me what you can. Cause like nothing would fit. It would, I was too big for juniors. I was like tall, bigger too, but
Mm-hmm.
too big for juniors. But then like women's was like too old. It was like all my aunties. Then I had to go to Mrs. But like Mrs. were for like the 30-year-old woman who's like not getting fucked. It was just like nothing could fit. And I was like, where am I? My prom dress, my prom dress came from a thrift store, Savers, champagne gold. I think it was like an 18W and it did fit because it was like a W thing, but a lot of anxiety with that. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because you don't feel seen or you don't feel like you're you, especially someone you said you were wearing jeans and t-shirts and you like black. It's so like you're like, this is not how did so what did you wind up wearing to prom? How was your prom?
So first of all, let me just say that there's hardly any photographic evidence of my prom because I think I made the majority of it disappear. My prom was terrible. If I could be honest, it was so bad. All my friends were cute, and I'm just like, ugh. I didn't even have a word.
No, I feel you on this too because like I didn't have a date to prom and all my it was just, I felt like I felt disconnected at prom. Like I think I was happy, I enjoyed it. I still have evidence, but I felt very disconnected. And so then we showed up for pictures and then I was in this like voluptuous dress and then I have like all like the white dads and their friends' parents looking at me because I'm some like Jessica Rabbit bombshell, but I don't
Oh
have a
God.
date. And it was just so I felt so disconnected. Prom was so like it wasn't what like I thought it was. And two, I wasn't so comfortable in my own body and it was like already so developed and so like
Mm-hmm.
it was the body of like Meg the Stallion like already fucking at 17, but I was like 18, hadn't been kissed, hadn't been touched and like I was just really developed as a woman. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel a sense of self. So it was my problem was very disconnected and I can relate to you. It was a fun, weird, fucked up night, but it was just so I was like, what? I was like, was that really me? It was so weird. Like even thinking back, I feel so like disconnected, like
Yeah.
from that person. I'm like, I wouldn't even recognize that person.
Same. It's
And that
like it just growing into just being a woman, coming out of adolescence, coming out of teenage, actually just coming into woman and realizing that just the world's image of what a woman is supposed to look like, how we're supposed to shape, what we're
has
supposed to wear.
ha-
It's just all of it is just so screwed up.
it's
It's just so screwed up because I realized in college, I went away to college for a semester, and I realized in that time frame, I went from one store to another store, grabbed an extra large from both stores. The extra large from one store looked like this. The extra large from the other store looked like that. And they're both women's extra larges.
make it make sense.
The world is designed to give us these really messed up body image issues.
Right. And see, and then let's like to get even into like body dysmorphia because then you're like, so wait, what size am I? And this and that, or even a good thing for boobs. Okay, being in high school, junior high, everyone going to Victoria's Secrets for the bras, but they fucking always missize you. It's always padding. I've always had very large breasts growing up. Mom has like G's, have like triples, but then going into like a Macy's or to like a JC Penney's and them giving me my real bra size, I'm like, well, what the fuck is Victoria's Secret telling me I'm an 88D, but like this is something else. Like you're so right. They want us to have like a fucked up ideology of our body, of what it should look like, of what it should feel like. There's such a messiness to it. And I really wonder like Why? Especially when like the average American woman, she's a size, it's like 16, 18. A 16, 18, 180 pounds to 220 pounds. Like, why the fuck then is it still, it's such a weird standard. And that's why I think so many women get so fucked up and like confused in the cycle. And we don't see ourselves and we can't
Yeah,
identify.
nothing is going to mess a woman up more than taking an extra large out of her closet, putting it on and it fitting, and then going to the store, trying on an extra large, and for whatever reason, it doesn't fit.
Like, what literally. And then see, imagine doing that 16 or, oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. That makes so much sense. So wait, Jazz, you still have such a great wait, what's your sign? When were you born?
I'm a Scorpio.
Ah, Scorpio too. Water,
Okay,
water, water.
my phone is being blown up. My
It's
sister is
okay.
calling
Yeah.
me. Give me just a second.
Mm-hmm. I'll pause it. And we're back.
Okay.
Good. Oh fuck, I forgot what I was saying. But oh no, shit, no, Jazz, you're a Scorpio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this is why we wait. What? November, October.
November 1st.
November 10th.
Hey,
And I was gonna say, you said you have such a great like self-awareness and really just like your crown. Your crown feels very strong and very secure. So I was
don't be fooled. That's new.
Hey, but it's still there. It's still there. And so my next question was gonna be, at what age, when did you learn to like love yourself and love your body? Or was there like a moment after childbirth, after like when did it click? And that could have happened last week, last year, but when was like a very pivotal peak that you hit where you're like, oh, this is it, and fuck, like you really had a pure love for your body. And it's so okay if you're not there yet. That in itself is a journey and process itself.
Well, I'd have to say, and I think it's funny that you point out that I seem really self-aware. When I say the self-awareness is new, I mean it hit within the last 6 months, honestly. So I have been on this journey of self-love and compassion and understanding and just patience with me for the last several months, because we're kind of grieving a loss. I miscarried last year.
Oh,
And
I'm so sorry, Jasmine. Oh, wow.
it happened.
Yeah.
It happened, and honestly, it was the biggest eye opener for me. When I figured out that I miscarried, I spent weeks just kind of beating myself up like, this is my fault. My body's not doing what it's supposed to do. This is me. I did this. It was like this really hard period of just really just abusing myself over something that I had no control over. And to make it worse, on the inside in the house, I'm abusing myself, but on the outside, nobody sees it. Nobody sees it because of this face that is, they see the face, they see the smile, but behind all of that, I was tearing myself to absolute pieces. And coming into the new year, I have just I've done a lot of self-evaluating.
Yeah.
Because there was a lack of empathy and compassion just for me. I'm really good at being supportive and caring and loving for other people, but historically, I have not done a very good job of doing that for myself. So for the last several months, it's been a lot of just kind of reprogramming my brain, learning how to be more patient with me, in the physical, the mental, the emotional, just all of it. And just being more understanding and more respectful of myself. It's one of those, if I'm not going to say it to my best friend, why should I say it to me kind of situations.
Absolutely.
So it's really been a lot of growth in the last few months, and it was sparred by this really unfortunate event, but I feel like it happened for a reason. It's kind of propelled me to a different place of self-awareness and self-understanding, because I feel like if I did not get to that point, that would have broken me.
Ye- Absolutely, absolutely. And thank you so much, Jazz, for sharing. Thank you so much. So many women, but especially Black women, I so see myself in you. Yeah, it's like the outside can be so and bubbly, but
Mm-hmm.
you're not with me on the inside. You don't know the shit that I'm talking to myself or
Mm-hmm.
the shit that I'm doing behind the scenes, whether that's emotional abuse, physical abuse. Like you don't know that. And I feel like so many Black women, I don't know where that comes from. It's not innate, but it can be so easy. It's like, and I agree with you. It's like, yeah, I would tell my friend this, that, and lift him. But for me, it took so long to be like sympathetic, even
Yeah.
like no bitch, you can cry and be sad and upset and we can be with our feelings like instead of beating myself up and like instead of the narrative being like you're bad, you're a bitch, you're a fat cunt, you did it, it's your fault, like really
Mm-hmm.
taking the time to, and listeners, like thank you so much again for sharing, Jack. It takes time, it really takes time to reprogram, to rewrite, to change the narrative yourself, because as we see, still Black women are the most disrespected fucking women people on the planet, time and time and time again. So now to be in society, in planet Earth, in fucking America, and to still the messages are like, you're not shit, you ain't gonna be shit, the world hates you, you deserve to, like, what? It's such a weird time and space to live in. So
Mm-hmm.
I think really the mantra and the slogan, protect Black women. Okay, bitch. Well, first, let's start with me. Let me protect myself. Let
Mm-hmm.
me love myself. Let me take care of
Mm-hmm.
myself. And I mean, as the Beyonce said it, like you have to learn how to mother yourself. And thank God, Jazz, you had at least time to be with yourself and to take that space to get yourself back together to a stronger ascended you, like a new version of, for Scorpios, girl, you know all about the death and rebirth cycle.
Yeah.
Like in a week
Yep.
I'll be on the bathroom floor like are we like take me hot, it's a lot. So thank you so much for sharing that, and you just give like there's so much hope. I just got hope listening to you because there's always another day, and two, it's like the evolution of ourselves, like it just
Mm-hmm.
and then it gets better and you become a better mother, a better friend, a better partner, a better friend to you, a better
Mm-hmm.
person to you, and then that just kind of reciprocates and the energy is just, it's abundant. But it does take time, and I relate to you and I thank you for sharing that. So many people are going to get that.
Yeah, I can only imagine how many people are going to be shocked by that if they actually listen to this, because there's a lot of people who don't know that. But I mean,
And
that's
it's your
honestly where the
truth.
shifts. That's where the shifts come from. It comes from those big, impactful events, and when they happen, you just have to look at it and you have to analyze. Okay, what am I supposed to get out of this? Where is this supposed to push me to? Where is this supposed to propel me to? Because I'm not going through this for nothing. There's
No.
something that's supposed to come out of this for me, so let me go dig into this and find out what it is. So it's like, if you don't get anything out of anything else, the big things that come into your life that feel like, oh my gosh, my world is falling apart, go into that. Go into these things, dig into them, and figure out what it is that you're supposed to get out of it.
Oh my God. And
Because that thing is going to just push you to grow and push you to a better you.
and I even to add to that, it's like, well, what is this trying to teach me?
Mm-hmm.
Not because again, and I don't know how you grew up, but my parents were very much like, fuck the victim mentality shit. We don't, but like, what is this trying to teach me? And yes, this hurts. It's awful. Woe is me. The world might be ending, but what is this trying to teach me and what can I take away? And two, as my
Mm-hmm.
therapist would say, like after every breakup or any type of relationship, like, well, what did you learn? What did you learn about yourself in the situation? And that too is like a light bulb ding, ding, ding. Like, fuck the other person or whoever. Like, what did I learn? How can I grow from this situation, from this loss, from this
Mm-hmm.
journey? And two, I still really believe in the point of like, nothing is given to us that we can't handle. I believe in God. Like, it's
Yep.
really all, nothing, it's all that we can handle, all that we can take. And just like you said too, how is this going to propel me? Like, how are we going to ascend? Because that's what the journey of life is. And two, shit, as the Black woman, as the Black Scorpio woman, it's just on a whole other level, on a whole other level.
Yeah.
So That is so, so incredible. What would you say? What's the biggest lesson like that your body's taught you? Or the biggest lesson you've learned from your body? And you've had children, so I'm sure I can't even imagine what the lessons are, but what's something big that your body taught you?
It's gonna sound real cliche,
Say it though. Say
but
it.
you're stronger than you think. That's the one thing that my body is constantly reminding me of. And in every season of my life, that's been the one thing that's been just constant. It's like, okay, I come up to something and it's like, oh my God, how am I going to deal with this? And every time it's, you're stronger than you think, mentally, physically,
Physically, spiritually.
emotionally, spiritually. You are always stronger than you think.
Shit. It's like, oh my God. Yes. 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 This is a word I needed. Yes. Yes. And it's so funny because, like, even in the moment or like through the process, like, you're going through it. So you don't know, but it's always like the after or something. You're like, oh shit, though. We really got through that and we elevated.
Mm-hmm.
And isn't it funny too how the body does, like, I feel like in a way the body does tell you before you know, like, you're stronger than you think. We can do this and let's keep on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's before you even mentally know. So like how like crazy is that? And how beautiful is that in the human body, in our bodies to
Yeah.
work for us? Like
Agreed.
shit, like that's crazy, you know? And that's just
Mm-hmm.
how we were made. I don't gotta go to surgery, gotta do Botox, no BBLMs, whatever here. Nope.
You
Just
came with everything you needed.
period. Period. Jazz, what do you love most about your body? This can be so superficial or whatever.
Today, my hair,
I
because it's green.
it's great.
Today, my hair. I like my face.
Yeah.
I like my face. That's like big for me. For the longest, I thought I was ugly. For the longest, I'm like, ugh.
I felt her. I
But
felt her. Mm-hmm.
the older I get, the more I look at myself. And honestly, that change happened when I had my daughter. That change happened when I had my daughter. She looks like me. She looks like me. And I'm like, this girl is gorgeous. I can't look myself in the mirror and say I'm ugly and she looks like me. That doesn't work.
It doesn't work like that, boo.
This girl is gorgeous. And if she looks like me, then what am I? I'm the baddest thing in the room.
That is jazz. That's great. That's great. That's great too. And too for a sense of Black woman and like being on low self-worth. Like, yeah, like bitch, I avoided mirrors probably like the first 12 years of my life. So now it's all the mirror and to
Mm-hmm.
glory and whatever. And I don't care what anyone says, conceited, self-absorbed. Yes, yes, I am. We like what we see and we're going to check and be attentive. And I'm so sick of women getting shit on for that. Like, no, fucking look in the mirror, check in with yourself, talk to yourself. Period. That still look hot, natural hair. Let's go.
There's nothing wrong with looking in the mirror and telling yourself that you look good. If you can't tell yourself you look good, you shouldn't be accepting that compliment from anybody else. You don't need if you need somebody else to gas you up, you need to work on you.
Yes, exactly. And take that time to gas your own self up.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then too, that's like a weird, I think a lot of people can be like, so, about compliments or, oh, no, 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 no. I take my compliments now. I take them strong. Thank you. Yes. And even if I do reply, don't reply. But yeah, you have to gas yourself up and put that love into you first.
Mm-hmm.
So, totally, totally incredible. Tell us, wait, Jazz, what's your breakfast morning routine? I know you have children, but what are you doing for you? What's your go-to breakfast? What are you eating? We love
It
breakfast.
it depends on the
The
day.
day.
My go-to when I'm lazy is eggs. When I feel like really doing something, I like waffles.
We love waffles.
Waffles loaded with all the fruit and the whipped
And the
cream
whipped cream.
and
I
the
was gonna
syrup.
say.
You gotta have it all. You just gotta do the whole thing up. It's like nobody wants just a waffle with just syrup. It's like, okay, if I'm gonna absorb all of this, I might as well make it good. Top it off. But that's my go-to breakfast.
I love it. I love it. And what are you drinking if you're out? Are you doing a cocktail, a mocktail if you're sober? Or what are you drinking? Do you like dark liquor? Or are you into like more tequila? What's your thing?
We stay away from dark liquor.
Yes. Okay, no, see this. Okay, you come to New York or I come to Michigan. No, well, Jazz, I listen, listeners, I know I am black and beautiful. No, I stay away from
I
all
can't
dark
do it.
liquor.
I
I
can't do it.
I can't do it since I was 19 and then I can't do it. And when I moved to New York, it's everyone does Hennessy and Jack and Coke and this. I'm like, this will get me so fucked up. I'll forget my middle, like my name. I can't.
Unpopular opinion. Tennessee is nasty.
Hennessy is Jazz. Listen, Hennessy is so gross. And like, I don't know if it's the bottle. I don't know. I think it's the devil's liquor. Okay, said it.
I can't get with it. I can't do Hennessy. Honestly, I am a fruity Mai Tai kind of girl.
We
Give
love.
me a Mai Tai. Give
Give me a
me
Long Island iced tea, even a cherry.
yes. I want something that makes me feel like I'm floating on a ship in the middle of the Caribbean on a cruise right now. So
Yes.
if it fits that, that's me in a cup.
That's
There you
you.
go.
I love it. Jazz, what would be something that your mom taught you about your body? And what's that relationship like?
Something that my mom taught me about my body.
And that can be anything. This question, some people drag their mom, some don't. Whatever is what was your takeaway and something that, you might have gotten from her?
One thing that I think I've taken the most from my mom indirectly
Mm-hmm.
would be to love myself at every phase, at every step. Because I know my mom has done it. A lot of women that I know have done it where they're older now and they go back and they look at pictures and they're like, oh my gosh, I looked so good then, but I thought I was fat. I wish that I actually saw that then. So if there's anything that I've taken away from just watching my mom continue to grow, because she's constantly growing and it's honestly such a beautiful thing to see.
Oh.
But it's just to, at every step, even if the goal is to maintain or lose 50 pounds or lose whatever,
Mm-hmm.
at every step, look in the mirror and just love you. And don't wait for 20 years down the line to look in the mirror and be like, man, I looked good 10 years ago. No, look at yourself in the mirror right now and just embrace what's there already.
Yeah.
Because for one, you don't know how long you have it.
And to life, I mean, couldn't we tomorrow is fucking not promised to
It's
no one.
not. It's really
no
not.
one. And we're so arrogant. I just think the whole human fucking race is to be, to think that I have tomorrow. No. And I love Jazz. Wait, one, that's such an incredible thing that your mother taught you. And I can so see myself in you. What a beautiful, isn't it such a great thing to watch our moms age? Like to
It
see
is.
that level of Black beauty, Black excellence, Black grace, Black
Mm-hmm.
endurance, because
Mm-hmm.
ooh, listeners, if we've just learned a lot, I know we have from our mothers, and to see that and to know that it's all possible, it's so it's like everlasting and it's so deep. It's a deep, beautiful bond.
It is.
And there's nothing like it. So
It is.
so wonderful, so great you have that. And two, yeah, you get that. People say that a lot. Well, I never thought, or even I look at myself at like 16 and be like, oh my God, I was really skinny, a size 8.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wait, what? But I thought I was so. It's so I'll even take that. So that's why, oh no, I enjoy this 26-year-old body, because
Mm-hmm.
who knows what 30 will look like? Who knows if I'll have all my limbs? Like, it's today, taking that time. Wear what you want. Wear what you want. Wear what feels
Yep.
comfortable. It's all about your comfort and your beauty. Like, no one else's life is for anyone but yourself.
Mm-hmm. It's like, wear what you want, eat what you want, enjoy life.
Enjoy life.
Enjoy life every single day,
We
because
deserve it,
you do. You really do. Everybody has their own things that they go through, their own individual battles. And in those moments where you can just kind of just take a deep breath and just take it all in and just be grateful, do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And Jazz, what would you say what does self-love mean to you? I mean, we're both like in the Instagram space, and listeners, you guys have to follow her blog. It's so great. You've built like such an amazing following already. And it's been such like so cool to like see you as a collaborator, as a friend on the internet. And we know the world of Instagram and the whiteness of it and white wellness and this, that, did. But we know who
Hmm.
we are and we fucking know our lineage of American history. What
Hmm.
would you say self-love means to you?
Self-love means, honestly, lately I've learned that self-love sometimes means being selfish.
Hey,
Being selfish. I feel like the word selfish gets a bad rap,
it,
but no, I've honestly taken to redefining selfishness in a way, because selfishness is okay. I'm gonna take this hour of this morning and I'm gonna go get my nails done because that's what I want to do. I do everything for everybody else. So this is what I'm doing for me, and I'm not going to apologize for it. Those moments, whether it's going to get your nails done, going to grab a bite to eat, going to watch a movie, going to take a nap,
a nap.
going to
Rest.
take a nap, whatever it is, that selfish decision that you feel like you shouldn't make for whatever reason, if it's going to make you better, if it is going to make you feel rejuvenated, if it's going to make you happy, and if it doesn't cause you or anybody else any harm, do it.
Do it.
Do it. Because there is absolutely nothing wrong with giving to self.
There's nothing wrong. And
There's nothing wrong with it. That you have to take care of you. That's one thing that I've learned, especially as a mom. My husband's been telling me for years, take care of yourself. I'm just now really starting to listen. Take care of yourself first,
Mhm.
and then you can better take care of everyone else.
Oh my God.
How can you take care of baby 1, 2, and 3 and you're
And the
not taking care of
household.
you?
Yeah.
You're not getting sleep. You're not eating. You need to take 30 minutes, go in the bathroom, and just stand in the shower. Do what you need to do. Take care of you.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong with that kind of selfishness, because sometimes you need to refuel yourself.
And that's all it is. See, and I love it. Yeah, selfish gets such a bad rap, such a bad rap. And no, actually, it's okay to be, and it's healthy. I would say it's
Mm-hmm.
very healthy and needed to be selfish at times for your
Mm-hmm.
own mental health, spiritual health, and like just well being. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I think too, it's so funny. I feel like COVID, I was able to like really enjoy that alone time with
Yeah.
myself. And still, people are still kind of uncomfortable with that. Well, I don't know, fucking get comfortable, right? Like, take time to selfishly be by yourself. All my friends who are single and it's awful, I'm like, date yourself. Go be selfishly alone with yourself. Do things that make you
Yes.
happy. Like, do the things you'd be doing if you had the person of your dreams in your life. Like, selfishly take time for yourself, especially Black women,
Mm-hmm.
and that can be rest, like just take a nap. And I think that's so great that you have such a loving partner and a husband that helps you and says, it's like, yes, do something for yourself. That's so needed because some women don't even have that.
Right.
Ugh, beautiful,
I'm
beautiful.
grateful.
Beautiful. Jazz, I've loved talking to you. Wait, before you go, I'm a big sweet tooth girl. What's desserts? Are you doing, you got a sweet tooth, ice cream, candy? What are your kicks? What are you going for?
So dessert today is ice cream because
Sunday.
it's
It's
Sunday. We're about to go
Sunday.
watch Space Jam. We're about to sit and eat ice cream and sugar up and watch a
Yeah.
movie, because why not?
Why not? It's
Sometimes you just got to be simple. Nothing
simple.
complicated.
Nothing complicated. I'm from Arizona. It's ice cream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 days a week. It's like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Jazz, thank you so much. Where can all my listeners find you, follow you, and is there anything you want to promote?
Just give me a follow. Check me out at the 810 foodie. No hashtags, no underscores, just the 810 foodie.
I love
That's it.
it. We'll leave it in the show notes. And last thing, Jazz, if there was one thing you could tell 20-year-old Jasmine words of encouragement, words on body, what would be one thing you could tell yourself? Some anecdote. If you could go back, we can't, but if you could.
If I could go back and tell 20-year-old Jasmine anything, it would just be, you're going to be all right. 20-year-old Jasmine was with a baby and did not know what to do with it. And on the brink of just so much, So if I could just go back and tell myself anything, you're going to be okay on all fronts. You're going to be okay.
And that's it. That's all you need.
That's it.
Sometimes. I love it. I love it. Jazz, thank you so, so much. Listeners, follow her, the 810 foodie. I'll tag it below. Jazz, thank you so, so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.